Hi everyone, I am Sudhir Gupta, teacher in Study Hall, Lucknow. Welcome to my channel School Jaisa. Support me with your like, share and subscribe. Thank you.
Now continuing with the same chapter, force and pressure. This is part 2. So what we are going to study over here, that is resultant or net force. We are also going to study about the types of forces. Maybe one type of force we would be studying over here only, and the second type of force we will study in the next video or in the next part. So what exactly the resultant of the net force is? So we see the picture over here. What do we observe? That there is an almirah or a cupboard where two persons are trying to push it in one particular direction. So when they are going to push it in the one particular direction, that means they are applying a force and they are trying their best to get it shifted to one direction, in one direction. So if it happens that on pushing, if it gets shifted in one particular direction, so whatever the force which would be applied by this person and this person, that is two persons. So the force if applied by the first person is F1 and the force applied by second person is F2, then since both the forces are acting in one direction, so the resultant force which I am writing with RF will be equal to the sum of these two forces. So what do we say this? That whenever the force is acting on a body, then if so many forces are acting on a body, then whatever the forces are there, their addition would be called as a resultant force. Whereas we take the another example or another diagram, what do we observe? Here the two persons are applying the force, are trying to push the almirah in each other's direction. One, this person is trying to push it in this direction, whereas this person is trying to push it in this direction. So since they are pushing in the opposite direction, so the force which should be made applicable by the person 1 and the person 2 can be seen over here. Now in this case, whenever the two forces are going to be acting in different direction or in opposite direction, then the resultant force will be equal to the difference of two forces. Difference of two forces matlab what it means, that is F1 minus F2, or it can be F2 minus F1 also. Now the question comes, how? Because we are not sure about this, that who is pushing with greater energy. If this person, the first person is pushing with a greater energy, that means this person's force is greater than this, then the resultant force will be F1 minus F2. But if you see that the second person is pushing the board, pushing the cupboard with a greater force, then in that case the resultant will be F2 minus F1. So how to calculate the resultant or net force? And one thing more we should know, there is no compulsion that you should take the two forces only. Maybe so many forces are going to be acting on it. So for example, if so many forces are acting on this cupboard, that is more than 2, F1, F2, F3, F4, then if they all are acting in the same direction, then sum of all those forces will be equal to the resultant force. Now if it happens that some forces are acting in one direction and some are acting in the another direction, so we will add all the forces of one direction together, then we will add all the forces of other direction together, then out of those two total forces, whichever force would be greater, that will subtract the another total force. In this way we calculate the resultant or net force. Now we come to the next thing, next subtopic, that is type of forces. So what are type of forces? There are main two types of forces which you all have to study. that is contact forces and non-contact forces. Now what are contact forces? It's very name, it's going to be showing by name. When two bodies are in touch with each other, means if two bodies are in touch with each other, then the force which is going to be called is the contact force. Whereas whenever the two bodies are not in touch with each other, then they are called as a non-contact forces. That means if we want to talk about the contact forces, then we should know this thing, that the two bodies which are applying the force on each other, or if one body is applying the force on the other, then those two bodies have to be in touch with each other, then only the force which would be applicable will be called as a contact force. Now we are going to study about the two types of contact forces over here, that is muscular force and the frictional force. Now what exactly the muscular force is? So before understanding the definition, we should take some example. Let us talk about the example. Suppose that my mother asked me to lift a bucket full of water. So what we are going to do? What we will do? We will simply use our hand to lift the bucket up like this. That means you are doing some work. When you are doing some work, when you are lifting the bucket, your muscles are going to get stretched. It can relax, it can contract, depending upon what you are going to do. So when you are going to pull down, when you are going to lift the bucket, that means pulling of it has been done, and we know that pull is a force. So in that case, since the muscles are doing work over here, since the force has been applied by the muscle of our body on that bucket to get it lifted up, so this kind of the force is called as the muscular force. So here I have mentioned that the force exerted by muscles of our body is called the muscular force. So whenever you see any of the thing, any of the force application point where you observe that your muscles are going to be applying the force, that means muscles are going to be applying the force, that is called as the muscular force. That the example I have already explained you to understand, that is lifting a school bag, kicking a ball, horse pulling a cart. You know that horse when pull the cart, so whole of the cart weight is going to be pushed by what? Horse. So here horse muscles are going to be doing some work. So here the force is exerted by the muscles of the horse body, due to which we say it is an example of the muscular force. Now we come to the next, that is the frictional force. Now when we talk about the frictional force, think about it, that if you kick a ball, I have already explained in my first part, if you kick a ball, then ball firstly goes or flies in the air, and after then when it falls on the ground, I have already explained in the first part, I am explaining again, that ball goes like this after kicking. When the kicking is done, then goes like this, then goes like this, and ball reaches on the ground like this. But it never ever happens that as soon as the ball falls on the ground, until unless the sandy area is not there. If on the fresh road or on the earth surface, if the ball when it strikes on the ground, it's not going to stop at once. It will take some top point, it will take some time. That means it will roll from here, it will go to this position, and this position, and finally it comes to rest. So what is happening over here, that I have already explained in the part, that in this case when the ball was rolling and very slowly and finally coming to rest, so there was some force acting on the ball right now, and that force which was acting on the ball on its base, that was acting in the opposite direction, and that was going to be called as a frictional force. We can take another example, that means pulling or pushing of a table. What is pulling and pushing of the table? Whenever either you pull the table or you push the table. If you are pulling like this, that means you are trying to make the table move in one direction, that is in this direction, then the lower part, that the leg portion of the table will always try to resist. Resist means it does not allow to make it move, due to which the kind of the force is applicable at the back, applicable in the opposite direction, and that force is called frictional force, and that force is trying to oppose the motion, that force is trying to stop the body. So in that case, when you are pulling the table, then the pulling was making the body move in one direction, but at the same time the another force will also be acting on the lower part of the table, on the leg portion of the table in the opposite direction. That is called as the frictional force. And frictional force or the friction plays an important role in our life. Many examples are there that we will study later on. So right now we came to know frictional force is that is the force which is opposing the direction of the motion. So in this way we understood the two types of the contact forces. We will continue the non-contact forces in our third part. Thank you.